Hey everyone, this is J-Dog, and I'm here with another video. So, all of a sudden, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez wants reparations for Black Americans. My question is, what is she really up to? Now, yes, as a Black American myself, I do want reparations, and I'm willing to work with any politician, regardless of who they are, as long as they're genuine and truthful and are willing to do what is necessary to help Black Americans, ADOS, get reparations. Although, that doesn't mean I'm going to trust every single politician just because they say the word reparations, or say agree that ADOS should get reparations. You also gotta know what's the catch. Why are they really supporting reparations all of a sudden? Maybe she understands that without the black vote, she may not be guaranteed for re-election next year. Because a congressperson, anyone who's in the House, they have to defend their seats every 2 years during both midterm and presidential election. Same with, and I think Senate, well, she's not a Senate, they get like every 6 years. President is every 4 years, and they're only allowed 2 terms. Congress and Senate, Congress every 2 years. Well, basically every presidential and midterm election. Senate every 6 years during president and midterm election. But maybe it's because the fact that she is trying to get re-election, and then also there's rumors that she may try to go for the presidential election in 2024 or 2028, because she can't do it right now because she is not of age. She is of age for any office in this country except for the president. You have to be a certain age. I think in your late 30s or somewhere in your early 40s at least. Your late 30s at youngest to be allowed the opportunity to run for president. Because she is too young, she cannot go for the White House yet. She knows that you'll need the black vote. And she has done things that I'm kind of not happy with. Like, try to pander and do stupid stuff while at the NAN organization. Then trying to claim she's a descendant of slaves, but yet she's not black. If you're not black, then you cannot be a descendant of slaves, unless, of course, you're a biracial whose parents or whatever, siblings or descendants of black people who were descendants of slaves, or relatives whose ancestors were descendants of the black slaves from 1619 or even before, till even the days of Jim Crow and stuff like that. But all of a sudden, I think she's pandering. I think she's pandering because she needs votes. And like I said before, I can't trust no one right now. Neither Republican, neither Democrat, neither progressive, or neither establishment. And she has not shown that I deserve her. I did a video on her where she did some kind of slaying at the NAN, which is Al Sharpton's organization, and I was not happy with it. It was kind of stupid and kind of panderous, and that's why I cannot trust her. That's why I call Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or OSC, annoying, opportunistic con, or con artist. Here's a video, and I guess she's talking about it. Let's play this video real quick.
What was the biggest thing you learned on vacation? I think it's an interesting question. Biggest thing I learned on vacation? Well, I reflected on a few things. One, this is, the vacation that I just took. We did this road trip to throughout California. Some people may have heard about it because I talked about how bogus the Electoral College is, and Fox News got really mad. But it's true. I'm not taking it back. It's bogus. It's a scam. And it's not even about rural voters versus urban voters. That's the thing about the Electoral College. It's actually not about rural voters versus urban voters, because if you cared about the voices of rural voters, you would allow all rural voters to come together and to have their all of their votes counted. But instead, if your state is a blue state and you're a rural voter, your vote is essentially erased. And so for all those Republicans that are like, oh, blah blah blah, this helps us. What about all of those Republican voters in, for example, New York or in California, who feel like their votes don't matter? Whereas, suppose if they're in a popular vote, everyone's vote would count equally, and we wouldn't give essentially affirmative action to a very few small band of voters. And for all these folks that say the Electoral College is to instill fairness, well, we literally only select one very narrow group to allow their votes to count more than other people. Why don't we give Indian reservations an electoral vote? Why don't we give Puerto Rico and U.S. territories, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of U.S. citizens have zero representation? Why don't we give them an electoral vote? Why don't we accommodate our democracy for Black Americans who were disenfranchised and in many ways continue to be disenfranchised for hundreds of years? We don't do any of that. We only consider fairness for a very small band, and frankly, this original compromise was to accommodate slave owners. So it's codified and institutional. But anyways, that's not what I learned on vacation.
Well, she doesn't say anything about reparation, although there were some points in the video that she was correct on. I have to give her that. Whether I trust her or not, let me stop this real quick. It looks like it's about to play something else.
Dorian.
Yeah, one thing she was correct on is the Electoral College is stupid. Alright? This is why a lot of people say your vote doesn't matter, and why some people do not go and vote, go even register in the first place. Because isn't the popular vote supposed to be the people, the vote of the people who go out in the polls, and then they total the votes by popularity or by and then count the votes, and then that whoever voted in the election is supposed to be what determines the election, not just a small sector of voters, the Electoral College, that basically somehow their votes counts a lot more than others. That's what's with the super delegates. They need to get rid of that in the Democrat Party as well. So she was right about that point. If you're going to make your elections fair, you're going to have to get rid of certain things like the Electoral College and super delegates and stuff like that. But in this video, we're talking about the reparations. Yes. And here is, this is a little bit of the article saying that she does agree that we should get reparations. But, and yes, I do support that we deserve reparations. The thing is she going to go through with it is the next question. That's why I say do more research on Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and make sure that she is legit. Go to her town hall meetings if they happen to be, you happen to be near where her town hall meetings are. Go to those town halls and pressure her to go through with this reparations. Because if it turns out she is lying, then she is exactly what I believed, just like in the last video I did on her. an annoying, opportunistic con artist. And this is for you, Miss Alexandra AOC, if you happen to come across my video, or anyone who is a fan of her who happens to come across my video. I don't mind if you give this video to her. I want her to hear this. You better be telling the truth that you want black people to have reparations, because if we find out you're lying, then you're nothing more than annoying, opportunistic con artist. Like I said before, I think this is just her pandering to us, because the Democrat Party, the progressives, there's actually two factions of the Democrats. There's the established Democrats, and then there's her group, the progressive Democrats. They are pandering to get as much of the black vote so that one group will take over the entire Democrat Party and then eventually beat out the Republicans, or the party, to take over the government as a whole. And they know that we have the biggest voting bloc. I'm talking about us, the black community, where the black community as a whole has the biggest voting bloc. And I still smell something funny. I'm not going to trust her 100% or at all as of now, because I do smell something funny. Now, if it turns out she's sincere, then I'll try to listen. Keep putting the pressure. So the next thing we need to do in the black community is to make sure that we go to town halls and put pressure on these politicians to make sure that they are legit, that they really want to give us reparations. And this is regardless of anyone in whatever party. Democrat, Republican, Green Party, non-affiliate, and then eventually if we decide to form our own party, we need to make sure we put pressure on that candidate that represents that party, that if you want our vote, you gotta give us our demands, because that's what other communities do. LGBT, the Hispanic community, the immigrant community, women, white people, religious groups like the Muslims, the Jewish, the Christians. Every other group understands this, and they put pressure on certain politicians. Billionaires and millionaires, the wealthy, put pressure on these politicians, even donate money to them. It's about time the black community, our community, does the same thing. Even if they first don't agree with reparations, we need to pressure them to start agreeing for reparations, or they don't get our vote. Now we need to make our vote for sale, as in we won't just give it to them for free. We need to actually put a price on our vote. You give us this, we'll give you the vote. You don't give us this, we won't vote for you. So, Mrs. AOC, are you really truthful with this reparations things? I'm not going to really read much of this article, but I will leave a link to it. But I didn't really read I didn't really read most of this. I just took out bits and pieces. But yeah, are you really telling the truth, AOC? You better be telling the truth, or else. Or else you won't be in that seat that you're on for a while. But I want to know what you think about what this article is talking about and what she's saying. Is she being legit? Is the real question. We'll just have to look to see what she does next. And is she, whether she's trustworthy or whether she's not. Right now, I kind of don't trust her. I just don't. I just don't trust her right now. She's going to have to do a lot, prove a lot, and do a lot in order to earn my trust. I don't know what is about, what y'all think, so, like I said, just leave your comment in the comment section to see what what you think. But that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for watching. This is J-Dog. Make sure you like the video, share this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and Thank you for watching. I hope to catch y'all in another video. Peace, everyone.